gonna call him. I'm not gonna text him. The game, the shit, the games that you played in your teens and your 20s. At what age should women be past playing
I'm smoking
games?
right now
At what age
because
should you be right?
it's
I
almost time
went
for me
to,
to
I
go to
said on
sleep.
Instagram
I had a very
to Brittany
productive day,
Renner and
and
Amber Rose. Amber Rose said I'm
basically,
back in the whole life.
yeah. So
Brittany Renner said this stepdad is
that's what
cheating.
it is.
I got no problem with women who are telling the truth. Tell the truth up front. At what age? Now, I may not like your truth, but I prefer you to tell the truth. Act accordingly. At what age should women be done playing games? And I think it should be right about 33. I think you should be done with playing games. I think you should, but in order to not be playing games, at what age are women too old to be confused? See, after 33, you shouldn't be confused. You should know what the hell you want. So then you should be ready to settle down. That post is doing better than most, almost 2,000 comments. It comes down to you ladies can understand, but you're still afraid to make a mistake. How do we pick? How do we choose? Go ahead.
I'm asking this, how do we pick, how do we choose? Because I think my main requirement is to be with an alpha male. That's my main.
What do you mean by alpha male?
A man who is able to lead. I have no issue.
It's so funny because when I do watch this, man, there's so many women that do call in talking about wanting an alpha male, and this is something that I've actually talked about quite a bit, and something I've been thinking about. Is one thing that Kevin Samuel's channel has definitely done is it's so disillusioned women in general, and then it's still really kind of like it's supposed to help the men, the average everyday man, but it also is like a double-edged sword. I feel like it's kind of doing, I don't know, I think it's 50-50 to be quite honest with you. The reason why I said it is because I can't tell you what number of women she is calling in, not having a man that she's talking to already, emotionally unavailable, but really loving his content and calls in wanting to want an alpha male. It's everything that she wants. She wants the alpha. Everyone wants the high value alpha male, and I think Kevin's doing a great job. I think he's doing the best that he can when it comes to relaying this message that not everyone, the high value man by definition, is rare. But it just goes to show you that it just doesn't fail, right? It doesn't fail where hypergamy. Let's just be honest with it. It's just it's the hypergamous nature of women. But I will tell you, this is a distinction. There are a different type of women, and people that watch this content and shit like that, you guys, they're always thinking that women are all cookie cutter, and most of, you know why they call them sheep? Because they follow the herd. And in one aspect of a person not being a full human, I'm not saying she's subhuman, but going off of like Jordan Peterson and other very knowledgeable people who put great works out there, intellectual works out there, one of the greatest pursuits of humans is to become a human. I think Robert Greene actually, the laws of human nature. Our biggest challenge, one of the best things that we can ever try to do is to become more human, to like be free of the animalistic primal urges of our subconscious desires, and truly rationally step outside of the situation of the present now and like rationally look at what's happening, what can potentially happen, what are your friends like, where are your parents going, what are your parents doing, what are you doing, why do you keep going for those cookies every damn day, how many times does someone have to tell you to go exercise, what about your place, your living room, your room, all the mess that's in there? You know what you need to do. Just kind of like earlier what Kevin Summers says, when you look in the mirror, most people are able to tell what's wrong and what they don't like. And it's up to you. We have the consciousness to fucking... And see, here's the deal. We want to go off of something called a blank slate theory. This is what the rest, like the entire Western ideology is about, is that everyone starts when they're born, regardless of financial income, regardless of their parents and the genetic capabilities and shit like that. Everyone starts at a blank slate, and given the proper resources, kind of like that movie with I think Eddie Murphy in it, where he was trying to give somebody, he made a bet with one of his like rich coworkers or some shit, some really rich white dude, and he was like, I guarantee you that I can get anyone off the streets and they can do a job just like you if I just teach them and give them the right resources. So he picked up Bill Murphy, who was like a homeless dude off the street, turned him into a millionaire, and his thing was right? So what that's based off of, the reason why I brought that up is because it's a great movie, something that you can see in the physical manifestation of this theory that is not talked about. Rollo Tomasi, like I give credit to shout out Rollo Tomasi, he really created this, but like there's this aura in the Western world of the blank slate where people start off on ground zero, and if given the right resources, the right opportunities, they're going to be able to reach any potential. Now, it sounds good in theory, and the reason why I'm bringing all this up is because the average woman, I will tell you this, and I will kind of generalize on this right here, especially that comes and calls on this channel, wants this alpha, high value guy. There's nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. But the issue is that when it does come to like understanding their value and like understanding where they are in the sexual marketplace, these people, like the high value men and all the average guys, they're going to be kind of looking over them. But the ultimate reason why I'm bringing this up is because what Kevin is saying, like these type of women, she's going to go out in the market, may or may not, let's just say she doesn't land a high value guy. Then she's going to remember all the stuff that Kevin Samuel says. Follow me with me. Follow me. I know it's a lot. Follow me. I know you got a short attention fucking span. Follow me, guys. She's going to go out there in the market, not getting what she wants, remembering the stuff that Kevin Samuel's talking about, winter is coming. And then she's going to look at the average man as someone that's going to save her life, and she's going to kind of reluctantly put up with it. This is the issue. This is the bad part that is going to come back on the average everyday guy. This is because women are going to look at men. The average man, once after this high value shit doesn't work out for her and for other women, they're going to look at the average everyday man as a fucking pocketbook at the end of the day again. So, I am still telling you though, other women are able, there are women out there that are able to not, they like intentionally choose not to participate in this type of shit. And they're fucking present. They're here. They are here. And those are the types of women that need to be protected. Those are the types of women that you should really... I was what was it? Rollo Tomasi's book again. He said the pink pill, what the pink pill and what the red pill do... Oh, no, feminism and red pill. He compared feminism and red pill. What feminism does is it encourages women to enforce and overtly and ruthlessly pursue their sexual strategy of hypergamy and dual sexual partners. That's the alpha fucks beta bucks and hypergamy, right? That's what that is. And then that's what, so feminism, regardless of men and whatever they have, you are first. The natural solipsistic nature of women, feminism encourages that to the umpteenth degree. What red pill does to men is it suppresses their natural urge to nurture women and give them their resources and protect. Men are so like the urge and the drive to protect women and to reproduce and shit like that is so strong. We go on the dates, we listen to all the bullshit. We're so uneducated to what women do. I have so many examples I want to give to you, but it's very personal, not from me, from other people, but I'm not going to get into it today, but that's what I just saw from this. Now let's get back into it.
Choose following if a man's vision is, if he has his vision, if
Do you really want an alpha male? Because alpha males, you're going to have to share.
I'm going to have to.
He said it.
Oh, yes.
No, I didn't hear what you said.
I mean, alpha males by definition are very small. Alpha males are the smaller. I think we overuse this term. We have a thing where we call alpha and beta, and that's too binary. True alpha males, you are going to be third to his purpose and him.
Okay.
When you say you want to be led, that does not have necessarily. There may be an alpha male. You may just want a leader, but that's not just alpha. I think we
Okay.
overuse the term alpha.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
And
Just
even you,
someone.
and have you ever dated one? Do you even know what? That's what I mean. Do
That's
you
a
know
good
what? Do
question.
you know what alpha
No, she hasn't.
is?
She hasn't.
No, but you're asking if I dated one for sure. And no, I have. Sorry, I have.
Okay.
But I not as many as I would have. I think mostly in my dating experience, I wouldn't say alpha. I wouldn't.
Okay. Well, it comes down to, do you know what you need? It's another. See, oftentimes you ladies are picking based upon this list of wants. And what is it you need? And at the end of the day, you're going to get at best 80%
Mm.
of what it is you think you want. And you're going to have to just settle. We all have to settle. Because here's where the rubber meets the road. Most women today are picking as if if I got the man I choose has to be the right one because I'm risking so much. All right. Until I ask this question, what do you have to give a man that he wants that you haven't already given to another man?
Now this is good. This is
Well,
where
that's
he
amazing.
does look out for men.
Right. And it's an attempt to draw women down, to lower your standards, to being humble and realize that you're risking no more than he's risking. And he's risking a heck of a lot more. And that you ladies cannot continue to wait years and years and years, because at 34, you're going to be 35. And then you hit geriatric pregnancy. Then kids start to become a iffy kind of thing. And then you start worrying about all these other things. And then the stress of your job, the stress of this, the stress of that. I've studied this you group of women extensively. And I see so many of our women who previous generations, we did not see a plethora of 35 to 40-year-old single women with no real possibility of marriage. Where's your husband? In your friend zone. Why is that a joke?
No. I
Your husband
know.
is likely in your friend zone.
Mm,
But would you not believe that?
absolutely.
All right, but why won't you go back to your friend zone and say, you know what? Would you marry a friend?
I have a wild thought. I think I know why she doesn't want to do that. She seems very she seems intelligent. She seems like she knows, like she's there. She's present. You know. I think she doesn't want to go to those guys because she knows what they want, and she doesn't want to give it to them. I honestly think that's what it is. I think that's definitely one of the top 3 reasons why. Because if he's been in the friend zone, let's say he doesn't know much about the red pill, he doesn't know anything like that, and to still be around her friend zone, she may. Now I know y'all watching AMS and shit like that. She may actually respect him. You know, there are actual like men and women who are friends that respect each other. And they may have missed sexual tension here and there, but they kind of know to keep it like, you know, cordial type of stuff. They both got their own thing that they're doing. And let's say they talk a lot about things. Let's say that he's open about his sex life, all about all the things that he does, all the shit that, if let's say he run the streets or you know whatever it is that he says that he does. And let's say she's listened and heard all of that throughout their strong friendship. She knows what he wants and she knows what he does. I don't think she want to give it up. But all I really want to say about this is just real crazy. It just hit home. I'm in my mid-20s, approaching my late 20s, and like 34. That's 9 years. That's just 9 years for me. And it takes years. It takes time to really build. It takes a lot of time to build something. It takes a lot of time to build something, you guys. And yeah. I mean, you definitely got a lot of time though. I'm not gonna lie. 34, 35, you kind of hitting your stride. For women, it's a little different. But it's still good. You still got things you can do, you know.
Yes, absolutely.
Have you dated a friend?
Yeah, I have.
These questions are starting to get tight.
No, yeah, and yeah, I mean, it's facts. So I can't. I don't have any intelligent rebuttal at this point. I mean, it's
Well, I think, I think
She
modern
know it's true.
women, there are many women
It
today
hit
don't
home.
recognize that they're their own problems. That women today are more comfortable with being alone or with losing versus settling for the boredom of winning. Winning is boring. A, say you and I were married. It's gonna be boring. Why? Because you know there's gonna be security because you know you got a built-in date. There's movies, there's this, there's that, but there's also going to be routine. Just like your life gets boring, you got routine. You have to work to keep it interesting, and far too many modern women, your attention span is like that. You're going trying to go to happiness and this and that, and you're looking for a man to do all that because it's like, well, now I go from all these beta male orbiters and friends to this one guy, and no man can do all of.
But I will say, in the women's defense, not a lot of men know how to keep the relationship fresh, anyways. Too, it is a two-way street in this instance. This is a great thing. Like we definitely are helping. Like we're getting women up to speed with things. But on the same token, like men have also got to really keep things fresh. Girl, I'm like, oh man, she's just fantastic, yo. Like this girl, she's giving me I don't want to say too much just yet, but she's giving me this like 52 dates, and that's so, and she gave it to me. She could have kept it for herself, but she gave it to me. This woman is like the perfect, like that's perfect, right? That's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. It gives me the power and the ability to keep things fresh, and it's a 52 date weeks, like 52 dates in like you have one different date for every week. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why it took so long to say that, but it's just another good way to keep things fresh. You know, you don't always have to go with this sexual route because that's immediately what I thought. I'm like, how do you keep it fresh? You know? And I thought about it. I'm like, man, most people really do like the thrill of being single and the chase of like it. There's exciting moments. There are very exciting moments, and it's like as humans, we want to feel alive. That makes you feel alive. He's not lying about the losing part. And so I'm thinking like, you can keep it fresh by, implementing some of that single life into the dating life if you're mature enough, if you guys talk about it. Certain aspects, not the entire thing. And there is and even though they may seem incompatible at first, I think there's definitely some true, real ways that you can do that. Anyways, men absolutely should definitely keep things fresh. And I would like to know how some men actually do that, I feel like I keep things partially fresh, but yeah, there's different things you can do. There's definitely different things you can do.
Of that.
but I think, and getting what you're saying 100%, I think also what we've been sold the idea that love or being in love makes the routine much more tolerable. It makes us want
Mm-hmm.
to do good, or but again, it's because we were sort of sidetracked in the way we were. The dream has been
You
sold to
were
us.
sold a dream. You were lied
Mhm.
to. So this is why it is so hard for most women your age to feel like they're settling because it's like, well, if I pick wrong, I only have. It's like it's your last chance. I'm 34, and if I pick wrong,
I'm not 34. I'm 40. I'm not
oh,
34.
well, no, sorry,
Well,
34.
whatever. No, I just want to.
34, well, 34 on up. It's like from 34 to 45, it's like if you pick wrong, it's like the dire consequences. And I'm like, well, what are you doing in the meantime? Because at 40, even at 40, you don't have children, right?
I
Or
do.
do you do? All right. So what do you want for the rest of your life? You guys got to get on camera before I put you on.
In all honesty,
Neffy, is that you? I'll bring you on. And
I would be comfortable with dating some. I'm not. Yes, I would like marriage, but it's never. I wasn't married to the father of my children, so I've never required that, or it wasn't at that time. I didn't find it important to get married. To me, marriage was more the life after the celebration. I didn't take all the other
okay, so
aspects of marriage.
why do we see right now we're doing it already? See, already. If marriage doesn't matter, why did the gays fight so much for it?
Oh no, I'm not saying it doesn't
There,
matter.
there are benefits to being. See, this is why I want you guys to understand. You ladies say you're far more afraid of marriage and commitment than men. This is the fun. This is one of the great reveals of my show. We're all the good men out here, and what it really is you ladies are the ones running from commitment, marriage, and relationships. And until y'all focus on the fact that you're stressed, you're overworked, you're terrified, you don't know how to pick, and it's overwhelming. And the things you need to do to remove your stress, to calm you down, to get you centered, is to actually have a logical male presence in your life to ground you. In other words, the very thing you need, you run from. Let me get to somebody else on here. Hold on. I'm gonna try to bring in multiple people in the call. Yeah, folks, I've said this often. They're terrified. It's like, well, I can't pick wrong. Starts with a K or an Effie, whichever one of you guys answers first. Z, if you don't get on, you got to go. Miss Jones, go ahead.
Hey, Kevin. I really didn't have too much to say, but really just thank you for everything. Honestly, I would say my best advice to, women, because, we're all women. I understand it's kind of tough love. And it may seem like tough love, but tough love is the best love. Ultimately, I mean, reality is still going to be reality no matter how we try to shape it, form it, swap it. It's still going to be reality. We do need to get our bodies right. We do have to, so hey,
I
it is what it is.
Appreciate you calling in, ma'am. All right.
All right. Have a good night.
Thank you. I have a few more spots. Neffy, then Mariah, then Neffy. Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can. How old are you?
I'm 30. I'll be 31 this November 2nd.
What's the disagreement or the issue?
I actually have a male friend that I just started talking to. He actually put me onto your video tonight, actually. So I have a couple of questions. One being, I hear a lot in your videos, you talk about the 16% male that women are running towards more so. My question is, if we're in like a dating aspect where you meeting a guy or you meeting a woman, first off, all you see is looks on the outside, right? So isn't it to an extent a little bit cliche to say that, well, you women are picking the same men when you don't really get to know that man? You know what I mean?
No, the 16% is who you're having babies with.
But I mean, if we're not marrying the 16%, then obviously I'm gonna put that in the narcissist, the uneligible, the
no, you're conflating things. 54% of black men are single and childless. 30% of black men are married. 80% of black children are born outside of wedlock. So by deduction, 80% of children are born to the remaining 16% of men. You're not getting pregnant as soon as you see somebody.
So that 16% of male, that's not the uneligible, because I didn't hear you say anything about
uneligible for what?
To date, to marry, to
they're having kids with them. If you're having a baby with them, why are they not eligible?
If you're having a baby with them, that doesn't make them eligible, though.
Well, then that's your problem. Okay, well, then whose problem is that?
I'm not saying it's anybody's problem.
It is somebody. No, it is somebody's problem. If a woman is having a child with a man who's not eligible, whose fault is that?
So none of in that 16%.
If a woman is having a child with a man who's not eligible, whose fault is that?
And we're not counting.
If a woman is having a child with a man
Bro,
who's not
this is
eligible,
wild.
whose French toast fault is that?
But we're not.
If a woman is having a child with a man,
this is what it is.
Right,
We gotta do it.
Whose fault is the fact that she chose a man who is ineligible to make a baby for? Whose fault is it that she chose a man who is ineligible to make a baby with?
But what I'm telling
Whose fault is it that she chose a man who is ineligible to make a baby with?
Are we not counting
Whose fault? I'm going to ask one last time, and I'm going to move the F on. You're not going to go past this question. I've said it 7 times. Please understand, I expect an answer.
Right, and I'm about to give you one, but
whose fault is it? Don't give me a preamble. Don't give me a preamble. Just tell me, man or woman. Get off my phone. Whoever put you on, sir, whoever you are, leave her alone. If a woman can't follow simple goddamn instructions to a basic mother flipping question, what is the point? You talking to nobody, man. Nobody can hear you. With your bonnet on your head.
Not the bang, the bang. Oh, 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 oh. Fuck no, not the bang, the bang. Oh, 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 oh. Fuck no. Stop talking.
You understand yet? You don't get to just do what you want to do here. You either answer my question or I bid you a good night. But you're not talking. You're muted. I've said it before. You're muted. You're muted. I'm gonna use it one way or another.
This dude got so much patience.
Why?
So much
So many
patience.
of our women can't get from A to Z.
I would have had
a trick
for a
question.
long time ago.
It was a simple request of whose fault is it that a woman had a child for an ineligible man? That's all it was. And she's still talking. You're still talking, lady. I want you guys to see this woman is still talking. Look at her. She's still talking. Look at her. She's still talking.
Stop talking.
Winter is coming.
Still.
The girls in the back laughing too. They like, damn, this is embarrassing.
You know what? I am a strong, independent woman. I told you. What did I tell you?
Man, this
Didn't
is
I
sad.
tell you?
It's
'Cause
just
I
sad to
told
see
you.
this.
And when did I tell you? A long time ago. And what did I say would happen when I told you? Exactly what just happened.
Hear my womanly roar. Yeah. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm here.
Woman, get back in here and make me a sandwich. Did I not make myself clear?
All right, let's get on down to Mariah. Maybe she can answer. Hi, Mariah. How are you?
Hey, Kevin. Good evening.
How are you? Good.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How old are you?
26.
26. Have you been on before?
Yeah, I was actually on last week, but tonight's topic, it just really hit home for me.
Okay, go ahead. What do you got on the topic?
So the last, a couple of women back, she spoke about the black men's fight. And the reason why I wanted to call in is because I have 2 older brothers, no father. Second brother, he didn't even know who his father was. Mm-hmm. Mother was a narcissist, all that stuff. And I've seen them get beat down by the world every single way, every single time, every single chance. And my thing is this, we can talk hypotheticals and theoretically, but I want to know, to support my black brothers, my kings, all that, what actionable steps can I do in my daily life? I know I support my brothers, but what can I do outside of just the conversation? How do we move the totem post forward in society for our black men? That's
ready? Ready?
Yeah.
Are you married?
I am not married.
Are you dating right now with intent to be married?
Yes.
You're seeing somebody who is marriage minded.
Yes, marriage minded, yes.
And okay. And in what time frame would he like to be married if you guys were to get married?
Within a year.
That's what you do. You marry a black man, make a black family, have some black babies. That's what you do. You support by moving forward with the man. That's the best thing to do. You can do that, and that gives an example of something to strive for. I understand that most people want to do more than that, but more than that comes after that stance. Because if you're with a man who's marriage minded, such and so forth, you need to be focusing your attention towards your possible outcome and what you want before you start worrying about the group. It sounds kind of selfish, but if you think about it in the long term, more men start to see an outcome of marriage with suitable women that are doing what they're supposed to be doing. It raises a hope quotient for most men. So, I mean, certainly versus what I just did. More men would rather see a successful, productive marriage than somebody who won't even answer a question. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's always going to be, make black men, black baby. Z, I don't see you. You're off camera. Leah. So, nephew, you might as well have gone. You're not coming back on my show. You couldn't answer a question, so you can just sit there and talk to yourself. Oh, look at her. And that's what, and you see what it is. You see what that is, see? That's why I let her go. A little angry ass looking like Jimmy Walker. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Dynamite! Looking like Kid Dynamite. You see her little hostile ass? And see, what reason I did that. You ready?
Kevin like her.
Can you hear me?
That's Kevin's type.
Yes.
Remember what I said you asked about the black woman's plight? And I said about the black man's plight. More black men have had that experience. Just simply asking for, hey, can you just answer the question? It's like, I'm not going to do what the F you want. I'm going to do it the way I want, my way, my turn. You this big and can't bust a grape. But the reason that you can be so combative and disagreeable is because of the system. The desire to communicate or cooperate with a black man is such a rarity now that when black men run across a woman like that, they almost got to like, where's the trick? Where's the trap? And then conversely, on your side, you're afraid for the very same thing. So what I need you to understand, what ladies, what I need like yourself to understand is men are equally as scared as you are. But what's the alternative? If people who have
What just happened? What just happened? What I meant to say was he was showing her a little extra love, coming back to her and stuff like that. But I am noticing
good sense.
that. Okay.
Don't do it scared, do it afraid, do it terrified. If we got to wait till everything is right, one of us going to be dead. You see what I mean? I mean, we're already halfway through life. We don't get to map it out. It doesn't get to be perfect. It just has to do. Because you know and I know, have you been married before?
No.
You ever live with anybody?
Yes.
You know, it's like I know, you don't know nobody until you live with them.
Mm.
So that being said, if your marriage is when you'll start to really see somebody, and yes, there are benefits to being married even over 40. There are all kinds of benefits outside of the fact that it's legal. I would be curious to hear what happens when you and women your age sit around and talk about seriously moving down the path of getting a committed relationship for the remainder of life. Because you guys are really the ones that I'm sitting seeing the biggest problem area because we die before y'all.
True.
And I really don't want to see a bunch of women. I don't want to say that. I see far too many women dying alone. I put it that way. And it's really rather sad. So thanks for coming back in. I'm going to wrap this up. This has been a good show. Appreciate it. Shout out to Jimmy Walker. Y'all go ahead and look. This hostile. So what happened, folks? The whole you're gay, you're freaking gay never amounts to a hill of beans. Friday night show, I'm not even going to announce the title, but I told you tonight was going to be good. Friday night show, we're going to round out the smoke show. Tomorrow night, we're going to be back on Instagram. But look, at the end of the day, I really do think that I really do want women to understand this, a couple of things. One, yes, you're scared. Yes, you're scared. You're scared. You don't know how to pick. You're down to your last chance and you're afraid. Then you're going to have to do it afraid. Because trying to get to the end of life by yourself, ladies, simply is not going to work for most of you. Women are breaking down emotionally and physically every day out here being stressed. You're not supposed to be this damn stressed, ladies. If no one told you, let me be the first one to tell you, you're not supposed to be this stressed. Even my mother and my grandmother, their generation, they had a different kind of stress, but the stress you ladies are under is provider stress, not support stress. All right, so thank you to everybody that showed up tonight. We ran a little bit long. Smoke shows always do that. This is the definitive show on that whole he's gay thing. Now people can have a place to go look to get the ultimate answer. People want to go past this. If they want to keep on making up their own narratives, then they really tell a lie. Then tell them you just want to sit here and lie. Just say you're using a man's name to make content and to keep the meter running because the man ain't gay. He said he ain't gay. He ain't never been gay. Don't have sex with men. Ain't interested in men. None of the stuff you trying to say ain't sus, ain't this, ain't that. 0, 0, 0, zip, nada. And if you don't have anything to prove, you ain't willing to put up, some serious stacks and put out a polygraph and willing to walk away from your money and some things. Because I don't want more than your money. I want your money and your platform. I want it to really hurt when it comes back showing that you wrong. It's two left shoes. I want you out of here because you're sitting around saying all this stuff because you're losing.
He old when he come out with the metaphor.
So let's move on, shall we?
with ease.
To my critics and detractors, let's move on. Let's get to the things that you can't compete on. Make a better argument. How about this? How about the things you do agree on? Stop worrying about what you don't like, what I do. How about the things that you do like or you can agree upon, whether you like my tone or not? How about that? Focus on those things. And if not, kick rocks. You're disingenuous. Till the next time, however, peace. We are gone.
Yo, that was a good show. I was just watching it and I was like talking to myself and I was like really reacting to some of the stuff and decided to go ahead and talk about it. And it's scary, man. It's so scary. It is so scary seeing these things as a young man myself. Because those girls are really about my age now. The girl like Mariah, they are definitely out here too, but I'm still even sus of them, I think that for a chick like Mariah to be young and to be on a platform around like this, like for Kevin Samuels, and I think dabbling and entertaining these different concepts, I would much rather take chances with that than absolutely to go with that other chick, man. And it's just not a good look because I'm gonna say this too. I know for dark-skinned women, it's really a stigma out there. It's like it's not good sometimes, and to see that, it's just not good at all. I love dark-skinned women. I think they're absolutely gorgeous and beautiful, and the personality has to fit the character. You know, I think you got to be so conscious of. But I completely understand when you feel like you don't have much to live for. When you feel like the world is just forgot about you, don't give a fuck about you, so you say fuck the world. You know what I'm saying? So I do see that. I think that he said, guys, get your rotation. I think Kevin's got a very good setup, man. He's got a good fucking setup. This nigga's stupid. Hold on.
Yeah, I love a Chanel girl. I love a Chanel girl. Chanel women have my heart. Oh, I love a Chanel girl. Guys, find you a Chanel girl. Yeah.
He ain't lied about the Chanel. The Chanel is just, it do got an aura about it. It's like a sophisticated, classy, feminine, curvy, like submissive. And it's not even submissive in that type of way. I really skate around saying that word, but like when I think of submissive, I think fucking just honestly cooperative, man. When you say submit, like a woman that doesn't want to fight, that doesn't fight with you. You know what I'm saying? Like she kind of goes with it, but still is able to articulate what displeases her and what she don't like. Like that to me is like what this submissive means. But anyways, man, I'm about to go myself. I'm gonna go to sleep. Probably gonna actually play this game and try to test out some streaming and stuff. But I hope y'all like that, man. I thought it was interesting. I'm out.